So the first card you have for your past is the Seven of Swords. Someone around you has been trying to, they've been trying to be something they weren't. They've been trying to pretend to be something they actually weren't. And they're trying to give a false impression about themselves. And, you could still be, this could still be happening actually, because you're not really seeing reality about this person. That's what I'm seeing. I'm just trying to think about what I'm seeing here. Yes, you're not seeing that this person is giving everyone a false impression about themselves. So yes, I'm also seeing that this person started, yes, they're lying, but they started with a small lie, and it just went too far, and they were caught in this web of these lies. It just went on, and it was just going too far, and they feel like they can't get out of this. So I'm not making excuses for this person, that's just what I'm seeing. But also, I think that you are feeling like something's not quite right about this person, or at this time that's how you felt. But you didn't have all the facts. You didn't really know exactly what was going on. Yes, the next card you have your past is the Six of Wands. So you've gotten over a really difficult time actually, and this is in your workplace I'm seeing, or something work related. So you've had some turmoil going on in your workplace, and not just you, but a lot of people were having these problems, having this turmoil around them, and feeling really down and mixed up and everything about their work situation. And yes, there were a lot of movement, there was a lot of changes going on, people moving in and out of your workplace. Maybe some people were being fired, some people were leaving. There was a lot of turmoil going on. And I'm seeing movement of people. I keep on seeing movement, people moving around. And I'm also seeing that you weren't affected by this. So you were affected by the atmosphere, of course. It's not a good atmosphere to be in. But you actually came out of this quite well, and this is because of the way you managed some difficult situations. So you could have been praised or even acknowledged for the way you were handling things so professionally. So I'm seeing that some people were really upset and letting their emotions get away with them, but you weren't like that. You were quite calm about things. The last card you have your past is the Four of Swords. So yes, for people in a relationship, I'm just seeing that, you've had some communication problems, but not generally. This is about one particular thing. There's one specific subject that you weren't agreeing about, or you weren't, not agreeing about, but I'm just seeing that you weren't communicating on this subject. There's some fear around this particular subject. And no, you weren't arguing, you weren't you weren't yelling, you weren't fighting about this subject, but you weren't communicating about this properly. So what I'm seeing is that you were just feeling a bit awkward and a bit unsure of how to approach your partner, and to talk about this, because you knew it needed to be addressed. You knew this, but you were just really hesitant about talking to them. And this is why you're on your own at this time. You're on your own, like the Four of Swords. You're just lying down, kind of laying low in a way. And yes, you just weren't communicating with your partner. So the first card you have your present is the Hermit. So yes, again, for people in a relationship, you're still not communicating properly. You're keeping to yourself, and you're not opening yourself up about this subject to your partner. So yes, there's some reason why you don't want to talk to your partner about this, and you're afraid of their reaction, I'm seeing, for some reason. Maybe not afraid, but you're uncomfortable. I'm trying to say the word uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable about this subject. I don't know what it is, but you don't want to bring this up for some reason. And yes, you're just keeping to yourself because of that. The next card you have for your present is the Empress. What I'm seeing here is someone's taking care of you, actually. There's someone who you're really close to, but you're not physically close to them. They're far away from you geographically, but you're actually close to them in spirit. So you might call them and talk to them, you might text them, but you don't actually, or at the moment, you're not physically seeing them. You have once, you have seen them, or you have spent a lot of time with them in your past, but you're not around them now. And yes, they care really, really deeply about you, this person, and they care about what happens to you too. So you know that you can always go to this person. You know you can always trust them. I'm seeing this as a friend now, actually. This is a friend of yours. And yes, you've tested this friendship before. There's testing. So, you know, things haven't always been perfect between you and this person, but they've stood by you, and they've still stood by you today. And, you know, this is really comforting for you to know that this person will always be there. All you need to do is call them or text them, and they're going to be there for you. They always will be there for you, and you know that. The last card you have here present is the Seven of Pentacles. So I'm just seeing that you could be thinking about another friendship here at this time, and you're just realizing at this time that you're putting in a lot of effort to this friendship, but you're not getting much effort back from them. No, they're not a bad person. I'm not seeing that. They're actually a good person. They're just going through some things, and, you know, you don't want to end this friendship either. That's what I'm seeing. But this is on your mind, and it's making you feel a bit frustrated about this person. But I think you both know that you'll get past whatever this is. This is a small thing, because you are good friends with this person. This isn't the same person as this other friend in the Empress. It's a different person, and you have a different kind of a relationship to this person. Yeah, so the first card you have for your future is the Five of Wands. Yes, I'm just seeing more conflict again in your workplace coming up, and this isn't anything new to you. You're used to seeing this conflict around your workplace, and yes, these problems and this conflict is really a product of things and people being moved around and changed around. So I'm still seeing some people being moved around, and some of these people have no choice. They're being forced to maybe change to a new department, or maybe leaving, or maybe going to wherever they're going or something. And, you know, maybe the management's saying to them, you have to go here, you have to move here, you know, you have to leave, you have to whatever you have to do. And that's why there's this uneasy feeling at work, because nobody knows quite what's going to happen to them next, even if they'll have a job. And this is very stressful. It is very difficult being around this situation, but I am seeing that your job is going to be safe. That's what I'm seeing. So yes, I know that was a dangerous thing to say, but that's what I'm seeing. The next card you have for your future is the Five of Pentacles. So yes, I'm seeing that, again, this is about your workplace, or something work-related, but this is probably around this same situation. Some people could be leaving, even losing their jobs, and yes, these changes are making a lot of people feel really stressed. I'm feeling stressed myself and uneasy looking at this. Yes, I'm not seeing you losing your job again. I'm not. But you'll be affected by this atmosphere. Of course you will be. Everyone is. Everyone who's around this kind of atmosphere is affected by this. The last card you have in your future is the Queen of Wands. So yes, you're going to have to be sensitive and very careful about the way you talk to some people, because some people are going to be feeling really sensitive. And again, this is in your workplace situation. So I'm sorry if this doesn't resonate. This is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this difficult workplace situation. And yes, some of these people will confide in you or ask for your advice or your help, and you're going to be really calm, and you are going to be really sensitive to these people. You know how to behave in front of these people, and you know how to behave appropriately at the right time. And yes, there's a lot of stress around you. There's going to be a lot of stress around you in the workplace at this time. Yes, I'm sorry you have this happening around you, but you're going to be dealing with this really well. That's what I'm seeing. So Sagittarius, I hope this resonated. Maybe not all of it, but yes, these are general readings and they won't always resonate with everyone, as I always say. But again, if you like this reading, please like or subscribe, or leave a comment if you'd like to. And thank you so much for watching.